Hey, what do you see here? See my face, don't you? Yeah, well that's basically because for some reason my webcam's showing my face now, so yeah, you get to see my face in my videos now. I don't know why it wasn't before, but it is now. So yeah, I was actually kind of surprised when I found out that it is when I turned it on. But anyways, let's get down to the topic at hand for this video. This is my review of the second special episode of Attack on Titan. Now, this episode followed the same basic format as the previous special episode did, meaning all the characters are chibi. Alright. And it follows just a very short part of 2 days. Alright, so it's just over 6 minutes long. The entire episode is. Alright, the first, and it's still very funny as well. Right, the first day basically revolves around their 3D maneuver gear training. Hold on a second here. Right. Yeah, the first day basically revolves around their 3D maneuver gear training, in which there's basically the humor revolves around that general, I forget his name, going around and asking people, asking everybody, their names and what their hobbies are, or what they like to do, or whatever he asks. I forget the actual question, but he goes to Armin, and Armin says, my name is Armin Albert, and my hobby is reading. And then Aaron, gets the idea in his head that he has to come up with some really cool hobby in order to get people's attention. And then he decides to say, my name is Aaron Jagger, and my hobby is killing titans, or whatever he decides, which is pretty funny in and of itself. I mean, you wouldn't really call it arrogant, because at that point he fought a titan, so you can't really call it arrogant, because you have to be a master at killing titans in order to be able to be called arrogant for boasting about it. Alright, and then the general goes to Mikasa, and that's when we get a picture of Jean in there, actually. And Jean, basically the whole gimmick, the biggest gimmick in this episode is, with both parts, is that Jean has a crush on Mikasa. By the end of this episode, that ends up getting Jean and Aaron in a slight argument. Alright. And also, the general ends up whacking Jean on top of the head, creating, a little cartoony lump on his head that you'll see in a lot of chibi style anime. Alright. And then a colossal titan shows up and eats them, of course. And then there's it eats Aaron, Jean, and Armin, and the three of them are sinking down into stomach acids. And that's how this first part ends. And then the second part takes place in the mess hall, I think it is. Once again, alright, in which basically it revolves solely around Jean making attempts at gaining Mikasa's attention, and failing at every aspect, right? First, he tries to act cool by trying to give Aaron tips at using the 3D maneuver gear, which fails. Alright, and that's like the biggest one right there. And then, of course, at the end, the Colossal Titan lifts up the top of the log cabin thing and eats Aaron, Mikasa, and Jean, and all three of them are sinking below the stomach acid once again, and that sums up what happened in this second special episode. Alright, so let's get into the review then. Once again, it was a very funny episode. They don't release these too often, but now that the series is basically coming to a close pretty soon, I'm glad that they're starting to release more of these, because they are really good. I love the format. I love that there's, you know, all the characters are chibi-fied, and that each one focused on, basically so far each one's focused on two very short scenes in 2 different days. And you know, this one had other jokes thrown in there as well, but was mainly focused on Jean trying to gain trying to gain Mikasa's attention. There was even a scene there where, you know, we're in the first scene where the general, when the general finally makes his way to Jean says his name is Jean, and he likes long, wavy black hair, while looking at Mikasa. And so then in the next scene, when they're in that log cabin thing, it's shown that Mikasa cut her hair slightly, and which Jean is already kind of pissed about it. Not really pissed about, but he kind of like, oh man, you know. And then to throw more salt into the wound, Eren says that he thinks it's better that way. So yeah, so there's other jokes like that thrown in there, but the main thing is Jean trying to get Mikasa's attention and failing at every fucking aspect of it. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. These after guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye.